this young lady being 0-0 in MMA, she's not 0-0 in combat sports. This young lady has competed in grappling. She's competed in kickboxing. You know, so she is definitely not an 0-0 combat sports athlete.
Well, she brought some fans with her here tonight, and she looks like an athlete, and she's ripped. I'm excited to watch her throw down here.
This is at, this is at 110 pounds. She's going to fight Miriam Wolpert again, another one of these athletes coming to us from Combat MMA and Fitness in Vermont. You know, they're bringing a large group of athletes just like Bury is, you know, and that really tends to lend well to the team because that means that, you know, the training room has been full of competitors leading up to this fight.
It's so hard for us to try to predict what could possibly happen here, but do you get a sense of styles, of backgrounds from where they're training or whatever, what we might be seeing in our third fight here tonight?
You know, not really. I mean, I saw one of Kat Torres' teammates compete at the last show. He was willing to go to the ground and stand. You know, I don't think they're a one-trick pony. Combat MMA and Fitness has proven already that their athletes are well-rounded. You know, I just expect this to be one of those things where we're going to learn a lot about these athletes in this first fight.
And even though it is her first time in the cage, there's a certain amount of, I don't know, confidence or professionalism. It doesn't look like her first time in there. I mean, nerves.
But again, you know, like I said, she competed in a kickboxing smoker fight. You know, she had some grappling competition.
And her opponent making her way to the red corner, Miriam Wolpert.
Again, the team from Vermont definitely brought some fans.
I think we're going to see some action here. Now, we've had our first two fights have gone to the distance. There's no way of predicting it. I like to see a finish.
I would too. You know, the ladies tend to always bring the pressure, bring the fight. It always tends to be exciting. You know, but again, novice rules, it's kind of hard to finish somebody on the ground unless you hit a submission. So, you know, it's tough to really know what to expect.
You know, the caliber has gotten so good, you would never know, first-timers. And I know there is some experience. All right, Mike Falvo.
Ladies and gentlemen, the upcoming contest on the card for Cage Wars 57. Scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds, it is in our catch 110-pound division. Introducing first, coming out of the blue corner. She weighed in yesterday at 109.45 pounds, representing Ascension Athletics out of Bristol, Connecticut. Kat the Katana Torres. Her opponent fighting out of the red corner. She weighed in yesterday at 107 pounds even. Representing Combat Fitness out of Winooski, Vermont, Miriam Wolpert. The man in charge of the action at the sound of the bell, Mr. Laszlo Huve.
I'm excited. Let's do this, Will.
All right, here we go.
Our third of 14 here at Cage Wars 57. Thank you all for watching. Stimulus.com.
Quick touch of the gloves. Looks like Kat Torres wants to establish a center.
Kat looks smooth.
She's using those feints with her head. Changing the levels with her strikes. Nice job.
Boy, Kat looks smooth to me.
Absolutely.
Doesn't she move well?
She does. Look at her nice head movement side to side.
Yep.
You know, really not giving away her tempo of her strikes.
Oh, but both women, too, very much. Very athletic.
Nice right hand.
So Wolpert's got to be careful. You come in with your head down.
But she's got her hands up, you know. She's the shorter person. I think she feels she's got to get inside that range. Use her hands a little bit.
Torres with just excellent body control.
Nice lead uppercut by Torres.
Ooh, took a shot to the face. Strong right there by Wolpert. This is our first time seeing these fighters. I'm always impressed with first-timers. I always am. I can't even imagine the kind of nerves that are in the cage. You've got friends, family, and they're both from out of town, too. They're in a foreign city for all they know, and I'm always impressed.
And Miriam's doing a good job using the lateral movement. But, again, I'm just very impressed with Kat and her head movement, her feints, her ability to change levels with the strikes, putting the hands and feet together.
Both fighters seem pretty content on their feet early on here. We're about a minute and a half into round number
Nice
one.
right hand by Kat, driving her into the cage, using those knees.
Ooh. Good strikes.
She's definitely got some heavy hands.
You
Kat
talking
Torres in the blue corner.
You talking about Wolpert with the heavy hands?
No, Kat Torres.
Yeah.
Oh, nice rear teep. You know, she's not being repetitious at all. She's using many different kicks, many different punches. She's very impressive for an 0-0 athlete.
I would agree. Everything is very smooth. She sits down in her punches pretty well. She's calm. She's composed.
Well, and for all the energy that Miriam is using laterally going outside the whole cage, you know, conversely, Kat's not using any.
Good kick.
Starting to really use that rear push kick.
Nice!
Nice job. Caught that kick. Return with the right hand.
Now, was that a...
It was a knockdown.
Right, but the strike, the subsequent strike, which didn't really do a lot of damage, you cannot do that.
She's looking to put those hooks in. She may have that neck.
I think
Is
she's
this
got it.
Miriam doing a good job trying to turn into her. She may be out of this, pushing up on that elbow. Nice job by Miriam.
I am really impressed with Kat Torres,
Kat
though.
Torres trying to put some pressure down, trying to get back into full mount.
25 seconds left to go in the round. Looks like Miriam's out.
It is. It doesn't look like she's in danger here. You know, the choke is not across a carotid artery. It's not necessarily in the windpipe. Nice job by Miriam. 10 seconds left of this round.
But a terrific round for Kat Torres here tonight at Cage
dominant.
Wars. Excellent round. Very well done.
Excellent job. Now, if I'm Kat Torres' corner, I'm saying, you know, stay standing.
That's it. More of the same.
If it goes to the ground, make her get back up.
Really?
I mean, at this point, when you're up 1-0 and, you know, she's got such heavy hands that if she puts a few of those together, it could be an ending sequence.
So I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm just very, very impressed with Kat Torres. And, I mean, Miriam is obviously very, very tough. But this is going to be interesting to see what Kat Torres can do here.
Miriam's not even sitting down on her stool, you know. So even though she may have not won that round, you know, she doesn't seem at all bothered.
Well, that could change.
It very well could, but again, you know, she did pretty well on the ground. You know, she defended that choke. She did the right things, you know, so that's got to make her feel good about this second round, at least in that sense.
I just love to see these athletes committed to their craft, coming in here in shape, durable. Boy, the level has just exponentially leaps and bounds since guys like you were in there doing it.
Oh, my God. I feel like a dinosaur.
I say
La
that.
Brea Tar Pits.
I'm kidding. I don't have the guts. Put me outside the cage. Very nice.
Nice shot. Doubling the jab up, following with that cross, throwing the knees in the clinch. Miriam looking for that trip.
I just love everything that Torres brings to the table. She's grimy, too. She's smooth.
Right in
She's
front of us
athletic.
here, Torres is looking for the head and arm choke. She'd have to cross that right leg over. Again, it's a tough position to be in the cage. She'd have to push her opponent away. Oh, she got that head and arm choke. Usually you would circle, you know, to us, but the cage is here. So, again, you see her pushing with that left leg against the cage, trying to create the distance and pressure. Again, Miriam very calm. Referee telling her to watch the cage.
Miriam is calm, but what does she need to do technique-wise?
She needs to get to the right hip, try to get out the back. You know, but again, Kat has that right shoulder in. I don't think there's enough shoulder pressure,
close.
though. If she can push her further away from the cage and circle out, I think she's going to be able to put enough pressure on Miriam. But right now, Miriam's doing the right things to withstand this storm. You see Miriam trying to trap that right leg of Torres. She's trying to get to that right hip. She's doing a nice job. She really is. You know, this is dominant and controlling for Kat Torres, but she wasn't close to finishing the choke.
I thought she had the back.
Now, if this was ground and pound to the face, this would be a very bad position for Miriam, but, you know, chokes and submissions can be limited from the mount.
I'm just impressed with her composure.
Knee on belly, ground and pound,
Good shot to the stomach.
looking to take that neck,
She's got the elbow underneath.
trying to cross over to the other side. Looking for the arm. That left arm of Miriam. Looking for the potential arm bar. Here we go. Can she sit back? Can she separate that grip? Can she separate that grip? Now, a good way to finish this is to take one foot, just like she's trying there, push against that elbow.
Yeah, and she's got a full minute to work with here, Will.
She absolutely does. Miriam's doing a good job, though, turning into the armbar. You want to turn into your opponent to limit them from extending that arm. Kat says, okay, I'll sit on top of you, then I'm out.
And so relaxed and composed and fluid in her movement.
Yes,
really impressed with Kat Torres.
She's flowing and transitioning between positions and attempted submissions. It's a beautiful, beautiful round for her. Again, looking for that arm bar. Step over the face. Miriam doing a good job. Grabbing her own glove. We got 18 seconds left. There we go. She's got that arm separated. Is it too late? Miriam brings the legs up. 10 seconds left. Right in front of us, Brian. The action's right here. And again, Kat trying to isolate that arm.
Nope. She says no. She goes out and goes back to the body. At this point, I think that Kat can probably do whatever she wants to her opponent, short of submitting her.
I think at this point, though, Kat is going to want to finish this fight. You know, I don't, just from the look on her face, I don't think she's going to be happy with it going to a decision. And that's where that ground and pound came from at the end. You know, she's kind of almost frustrated with
Fight fans, this is our third and final round.
She was frustrated with not being able to finish the submission, so she shook her head and went to the ground and pound.
But, you know, there's so many things to work on, right? Like just getting in there and getting the cage minutes, right? If she does a full 3-round fight, if this does go to a decision and she gets the win, there's so many things to work on. And we saw her do some really nice things in the transition and stuff like that. Certainly no shame in her game at this point. We've been very impressed with both of these fighters, but Kat looks a little bit better as we head into round 3. And if you're Miriam Wolpert, you more than likely need a stoppage here.
Yeah, you need a submission. And again, I'm impressed with her ability to stay calm, you know, fight the submission attempts.
If I'm Kat Torres' coach, I would probably want her to take her down, don't you think?
You know, I would, but I would try to start her on the feet, get her stunned, get her tired, then take her to the ground and hit a submission.
Well, we know Kat's got good striking. We haven't seen much from Wolpert yet, but if it's going to happen, it's going to happen now.
And again, you see Kat establishing the center, stalking her opponent into the cage.
She just looks different level, and that's not a knock on Wolpert.
No, the techniques are cleaner. You know, again, the transitions, as we spoke about, on the ground and on the feet are smoother.
Also, tight punches, too. Accurate punches. Nothing is wild. She's not wasting any energy.
No wasting energy at all. She's got to be careful with those punches.
If you're Wolpert at this point, you're better off just being down to the ground. That way you're not taking punishment to the face, and it happened anyway.
Looking to take the back. Can she sink both hooks in? She's got one. She's a little high. Miriam's going to try to shake her off. Looking for that neck, Brian, with that right arm. She might try to finish a one-arm naked choke. It can be done.
So methodical.
Oh, that's
there
it.
It is. She got the tap.
That's it.
That's outstanding.
The key to that was the arm and then the head working with the arm to establish that squeeze.
She's an athlete, and she's determined. We will see more of Kat Torres.
Oh, absolutely.
Undoubtedly. That was impressive.
I want to see her with some ground and pound at the grill from Mount.
She looks like she's here to stay.
Well, we're not going to wait. We're not going to need to wait for Mike Falvo to get the decision on this one.
No. We first two went to a decision. We thought this one could be a stoppage, and we got it. Outstanding.
Again, Kat Torres making her team proud, Ascension Athletics in Connecticut. But as we said, Miriam Wolpert, nothing at all to be ashamed of. She did a great job. And up to Mike Falvo.
And now, how about a round of applause for these two great fighters, ladies and gentlemen? Referee Laszlo Huves called a stop to the fight 1 minute, 8 seconds into round number 3. For your winner by way of rear naked choke, Kat the Katana Torres.